Welcome friends to another G Auto Repair YouTube video, and today we are doing some maintenance on this 2006 Honda Accord. And this is nothing extravagant. This is just a quick video of doing pretty much an oil change and how I normally do it. So if you're interested in knowing how to do it or how I do it, just stick around and enjoy the show. And I will apologize beforehand if you hear a bunch of cars racing in the background. That is the Formula One race that's going on right now. I am within proximity of the stadium, so yeah, there's a lot of commotion going on over there. So I do apologize for that if you guys can hear that on the background. So can't help that. Sorry, it's part of the territory. So anywho, now the first thing I like to do is and actually my very first YouTube video was an oil change on my very own 07 Camry, which was done several years ago. So if you haven't seen that one, then feel free to see that one too. But this one's gonna be more point of view than the first video that I did. But anywho, the first thing I like to do is, or you should do when you're doing just basic any routine maintenance, is a quick visual inspection. And we're going to check the belt, which I installed not too long ago, so I know that's good. Fluid levels, which the power steering seems it's okay, but it's in, I think it's in the low section, but it's got you know, brake fluid levels. Now a word on brake fluid level: if it's low or getting lower and you have no leaks, you do not have a leak, leave it alone. Leave it alone. That's because the pads wear out. As the pads wear out, the level goes lower and lower and lower, and eventually gets to the point where it should is the key word, should turn on the little brake light in your dash, and then that lets you know, hey, check your brake fluid, one, and check your pads, because if the brake fluid is low and you do not have a leak, is because the pads are low. So that's how it's intended. Doesn't always work that way, but what happens is people add, oh, it's low, you know, and then when you do a brake job, it just comes out the top, you know. So to prevent that, just leave it alone. Now if you do have a leak, fix the leak, top off your fluid. That's different. If you have a leak, you don't have a leak, leave it alone. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're just gonna do a quick visual. I see a lot of rust, so I know this car came from up north. Actually, I did some front brakes a while back, and I had to replace the front brake calipers and pads and all that good jazz, because it was a disaster. So here we have our transmission dipstick. We're going to check that later on, because the car has to be running. Battery terminal, somebody put a universal one, not too fond of those, but they do work, so we'll leave it alone. Water level, very important. Okay, a word on this as well: do not trust the little reservoir here. If you see the tank is good, the level is good here, you always want to confirm at the radiator. And obviously you want to be careful that it's not hot and under pressure, because you could get burned, and that, my friends, is not fun. So the fluid, somebody put some orange fluid here. It's not the fluid that it takes, but whatever. That's how it was. That's how it's gonna stay. Probably wouldn't hurt for a radiator flush and whatnot, but I do know, I think she's not gonna keep this car for a long time. So we'll see. And also, if you start seeing things like that, you know, start making recommendations. You know, radiator service, you know, transmission fluid service, gaskets that are leaking. That's what we're really looking for in these services. It's just a quick oil change. We should always do a quick visual with the oil change, you know, safety inspection. Most reputable shops do this, or should be doing this anyways. So always keep in mind when they come back with a list of things to do, I would hope that they're being honest about it and you really do need those things. But I get customers here that come and complain, every time I go to the mechanic, the shop or the dealer or whatever, every time I get it, the oil change, they come back with a list of a million things that need to get done. That's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be proactively preventing you from getting stranded on the road. So you should be happy that they're doing that. Now, of course, you may question the truthfulness of that. That's a whole different can of worms. I'm not even gonna get into that, but you know, that's a whole different can of worms there. So what is this? Looks like a piece of string or something. It's stuck somewhere. Actually looks like a piece of a drive belt. I think, if I remember correctly, the reason why I changed this was because the drive belt had shredded apart. So that's probably just a little piece that I missed the last time. Okay, so as you can see here, somebody has already, at the other shop, they mark it and whatnot. A lot of rust. I see a lot of rust. The pads are new in the front, obviously. So a lot of rust. Yeah, look at this. This is a typical northern vehicle stuff. Look at that. This is disgusting. When I start seeing this, it's like an immediate turnoff for me. Ugh, look at this. See, luckily we don't have to deal with this down here in the south. This is a northern thing for you Yankees up there. But yeah, those northern states, that it's not the cold that does this, it's the salt that they use to treat the roadways. The sodium chloride, that's what causes all this. It's not the snow itself, it's, you know, what they use to treat it. So if you're buying a car and it came from up there somewhere, be sure you know what you're buying, because if you see this after you buy it, it's your problem now. And every little nut and whatnot that you gotta do to fix things is gonna give you an issue. Alright, so let's go ahead and start draining the oil. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but normally these services don't really take a long time. See, this should be a 17. There we go. There we go. There you go. Okay. Another thing I like to see is the condition of the drain bolt. If I see that these threads are starting to get like super sharp, like they're getting eaten up in one edge, I like to go ahead and put a new one in there, because eventually that's going to give issues. So I'd rather be proactive about it. And I think this one is starting to get that way. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's definitely starting to get that way. Okay, I think we'll be good for right now. What happens is then they start getting boogered up, and then it gives you issue to come out. So I'd rather be proactive. They're not that expensive, $5-6 or less, you know, so it's not a deal breaker. Now we're gonna remove the oil filter, which is up here. Let me see if I can just twist it off by hand. And the survey says, let me see if you guys can see that up there. It's coming. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. If not, I have tools to remove these things. That's not a big deal. not a big deal at all. Just being kind of lazy. Being lazy, I don't want to get up from my comfy chair to go get it. Of course I gotta, okay. Now I gotta get this okay, we're gonna put a new filter. Okay. Alrighty. I should have gotten my more comfortable chair, which is right there. Why did I grab this one? Let's put the headlight up here. And now I'm gonna get a little bit of this. Yeah, it's supposed to be clean oil, I know. It's not the end of the world. For you purists out there that are probably, how dare you use a drop of that old oil that's dripping down, you're the worst person. You'll be surprised at what I see in the comment section. You know, it's like, come on bro, please. I mean, I appreciate the input, I really do. It doesn't bother me, but I think there's more important things to concentrate on than me using a drop of old oil to lubricate the seal on the whatchamacallit, on the oil filter. I'm running out. I'm running out. All right. Oh, I got another one right here. Yeah. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with grease. Okay, I need to get a rag. I forgot to get a rag. By the way, I am thinking. Oh, this one right here. I am thinking of because I'm doing some organization here in this tool storage area, and I was thinking about documenting that. I don't know what you guys think about that. Is that something you would like to see? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. See, that's something worth going down there and commenting on. I know a lot of people like to see that stuff. If you're one of those, let me know. And I may just make all your dreams come true. Alright. We're gonna swing that over that way. And we're gonna get the headlight down. Alright, now a very important thing that I like to do is check tire pressures. Now would be the ideal time to do it. And we're gonna go ahead and do it. I do that with every oil change. And what is the right tire pressure? Well, if you open the driver's side door and look at the sticker, it will tell you. It's not what says on the side of the tire. I get customers here all the time looking, oh no, it's a 45 psi. Look, it says it here on the tire. No, dude, you're looking at the wrong spot. That's not where you get that information from. We're gonna spin the tires just to see if we got some brake caliper locking up action here or whatnot. I do the same here in the fronts with addition to, ooh, that one was below 30. See, that's why you take these opportunities to do that. And I can tell these tires haven't been rotated in a while. Yep, they have not been rotated in a while. But at this rate, that makes the better tires in the rear, so might as well just leave them there. She's gonna need tires here soon anyways. But what I like to do is, oh, see that? Yep, we got some play. Up and down. Okay, this play right here, we're gonna have to take a closer look. It's probably gonna be a tie rod. Sometimes there's a lower ball joint on these style suspensions, so we'll take a closer look. Ooh, look at this one, 24 psi. That was super low. Why is psi so important? Well, for one thing, an underinflated tire is going to run hotter, therefore increasing the potential of having a blowout. Two, an underinflated tire requires more energy, force, power, whatever you want to call, to push it. Therefore, you start burning more fuel. See, this one doesn't have play. No, this one is way better than the other side. And that's why PSI is so important. But it has to be at the right. It can't be too little and it can't be too much. And I'm gonna tell you why here in just a second. This one, if we look at the sticker, it'll probably say 32 psi. And I guess that's what I was talking about earlier, and I got sidetracked with another topic, so I apologize. I always, as a rule of thumb, put 36 all the way around. That's pretty much a pretty good medium. It may be a little higher than what the sticker says. That's okay. Like I said, you get a little bit better fuel economy with a more inflated tire. But you don't want to overdo it, because if we were to look at this tire here, especially this one that was kind of low, an underinflated tire will start wearing on the edges, you know, on the shoulders of the tire. Let's take a look at this one over here. For example, see how this one is more. Now that can also be an alignment issue, but they normally tend to start wearing out on both shoulders at the same time. Now if one shoulder's more wore out than the other, then you're looking at an alignment issue, and I think that's what we're having here. If they're overinflated, it starts wearing out more in the center of the tire. So you see these little bars here, right here, okay, those little bars, those are the indicator. They're starting to show very good, especially this one right here. You see, once it starts getting there flush with that, that's the indicator that tells you, hey, you need tires. This one needs tires regardless, because I could tell they're dry rotted. So another thing you could do is look at the date of manufacture, which is normally here where it says DOT. You're gonna see a bunch of gibberish and gobbledygook. Then you're gonna have this little circle with 4 digits, 3321. That means that this tire was manufactured on the 33rd week of the year 2021. So if you didn't know, now you know, and you just grew a brain wrinkle. Giggity giggity. Okay, so I'm thinking we're done here on the bottom. Let's go ahead and lower the vehicle. On top of the lubricant juice. And there, that was sideways there. That was sideways. So that was. Go ahead. Alright. So this uses 5W20. We're gonna go ahead and get some of that. I have the oils in bulk, synthetic, 5W20. So I buy it in bulk like this. And I got conventional and synthetic. I don't really use synthetic blends. I go full synthetic or whatever. Let's see how much we got here. About 4 quarts. We'll get a little bit more. Okay, about 4.5 quarts. We'll dump it in there. Oh, phone call. All right, that's probably the owner of another car I got here, but I called her earlier and she didn't pick up, so I'll call her back shortly when I'm done with this. Alrighty then. So we're gonna pour that in there. We're gonna pour that in there. And we're gonna put the cap on. Now I also like to top off the fluids, the windshield washer juice, which I got some here. What I do is I get the concentrated stuff, mix it with water. Okay. Let's see. And there. Now we're just gonna fire it up. Let it circulate for about 10-15 seconds. Doesn't take long. Normally till the little oil pressure light goes off, which normally takes about 10-15 seconds, just to fill up the oil filter. And now we're gonna verify the oil level. Bum, bum. And there it is, right there, right here. The level's between these two dots, and it's on the upper all the way to the top. So we are good. We are good. So now what I want to do is just do a quick check. The transmission has to be in temperature and running, so that you can get a good whatchamacallit, a good reading. So we are going to, the car was just running, so it's warmed up before I started doing the service, obviously. So we are going to go in here. I miss dipsticks on transmissions. Okay, so the level is between these two dots, and it's up here, so it's a little past. Okay, some dipsticks may have two levels, a cold level and a hot level, so depending on the temperature you would use that. This one I see only 2 marks there, and that's it. So that it's okay. All right. So we verified our whatchamacallit. I'll just have to add a little bit of. Actually, no, I think it's all right. Let me see. Yeah, it's in the level. It's in the level. It's in the level. We're good. And that's it. You've completed your oil change service. Now the only thing I have to do on my part is put a new oil change sticker reminder, reset the reminder light if the car has one. This one does, and that's it. Talk to the customer about the other work she needs, and we have completely successfully. I also like to check the lights, make sure she don't have a burnt bulb or something. Just do a quick walk around. You know, some of these are going to be difficult for you to see, like the brake lights and stuff. Okay, turn signals, high beams. Oh, turn signal, that one's working, that one's working. That one's working. I don't think the high beams are working. Nope. The high beams are not working. So that's another check that needs to be done. I don't know if it's just the bolt that's blown out, or the relay, or the thing that takes some. That's a whole nother can of worms there, but she will be advised of that. So anyways, that's it for now. I thank you if you have stayed with me this far. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And oh, this is gonna be horrible with the wind noise. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Ciao.